Hello world and welcome to this week's Geek Movie News. Starting off this week with the big Star Wars news. For those who don't know, J.J. Abrams, the man behind Lost and the Star Trek reboot and Mission Impossible franchises, is going to direct the new Star Wars movie. He's been talking this week saying that very little is known as of yet, but he's excited about the project. He can't confirm whether any of the original actors will actually be in the movie, but we all hope that they will be, and that it may not actually release in 2015 as expected. Now this might be to do with the fact that he wants to work on a third Star Trek movie and also another Mission Impossible movie, and both of those could be in production before Star Wars. So he's signed on, but we might not get new Star Wars until after 2015. Some Man of Steel news, and Man of Steel received a PG-13 rating in the United States, and that's the same as a 12A rating that we would see in the UK. The reason behind it is because of science fiction, violence, action, destruction and some bad language. Now, just to give you an idea, that rating is the same as all of the Nolan Batman flicks. It's also the same as the last Superman movie, Superman Returns. So it's not unusual for a movie of this type to receive this rating, but it is big news to know that there will be this level of action and violence, which most people kind of want from a Superman movie. Also, the box office for this movie will directly affect whether the Justice League movie even goes into production. Now the reason behind this is because the new CEO of Warner Brothers, Kevin Tejada, is worried about a possible box office performance of the movie. Now this is all because of the box office failings of Green Lantern. They're worried that if Man of Steel doesn't make any money, what's the point of making a Justice League movie? So please guys, make it a good film. We'll go and see it and we'll get a Justice League film. Some news on Disney's adaptation of Neil Gaiman's book, The Graveyard Book. Now for those of you who don't know, the book was picked up last April by Disney. It was originally going to be directed by Henry Selick in a similar way to his previous movie Coraline, which was also an adaptation of Gaiman's work. Selick left the project and it was basically put into limbo. No one knew what was going to happen with it. But it's now been picked up by Ron Howard, who will be working on the movie, and it shifts focus from a stop motion animation movie to a live action adaptation under Howard. This is an exciting project. This book, if you haven't read it, is very, very good. I don't want to give too much of the plot away, but I'm excited to see what Ron Howard can do with it. More casting news for Muppets Again this week, and it seems that Ray Liotta is joining the cast of the movie, and possibly Christoph Waltz. Now, while the second is unconfirmed so far, it's just a rumour, Ray Liotta has been in negotiations, and there's also a little bit of news about what the movie will be like. It moves the action from the United States to Europe, and will have a heist theme similar to The Great Muppet Caper. The cast that currently look like they're involved in this movie is fantastic. The story sounds great. I can't wait to see it. Lots of Marvel news this week, starting off with some rumours about Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, it seems that Marvel are asking the availability of Adam Sandler and Jim Carrey to appear in the movie, most likely as voice actors. Now, the two characters that have been put forward are Groot and Rocket Raccoon, and while it might seem strange that two well-known actors are being put forward to roles that many thought that a lesser-known name might pick up, I think it's the perfect kind of thing for both actors. Carrey, who is going to be appearing in Kick-Ass 2, is looking to do more varied roles. Adam Sandler, well, his career needs a reboot more than anything, and this could be a good way to start. Both very funny, both would add something extra to the movie and a bit of star power, so could be a good call. Let's see what happens. Some X-Men Days of Future Past news. January Jones has spoken out at Sundance Film Festival about the fact that she has not been offered a role in the new X-Men movie. Now, this may be due to the fact that the plot of the movie is very much similar to the plot of the comic book storyline, set in a future where most of the X-Men have been hunted down and murdered, and therefore there will be less of a mutant population. It could also be the fact that she just didn't have that big a role in X-Men First Class and therefore isn't really needed for a large role in this movie. I expect she'll probably turn up as a brief cameo, but nothing special, and it won't have that much of an impact on the movie itself. Amazing Spider-Man 2 news, and it's been reported that Paul Giamatti is in negotiations to appear in the movie, most likely as villain the Rhino. Now, it is early days for negotiations between Giamatti and the Marvel camp, but apparently they are going on very, very positively at the moment. For me, do we really need to have more than one villain in this next Spider-Man movie? Probably not. I know that with The Dark Knight we had 2 villains and it worked very well, but it was very different and 2 very different arcs within the same movie. If we look at the last Spider-Man movie that tried to have multiple villains, Spider-Man 3, it was terrible and unnecessary. So let's hope, fingers crossed, that if they do this, they do this right. I think Giamatti is a fantastic actor and would be very, very good as the Rhino, but let's hope that it's not oversaturating the villain side of this franchise. 13 years after the release of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, it seems like the Weinstein Company are working on a sequel. Deadline reports that production is set to start in May, with Ronnie Yu in the director's seat. Now, he hasn't signed on yet, but he is in very, very late negotiation stage. Like the original, it will be an adaptation of the Crane Iron series of novels. It will be an adaptation of the 5th novel in the series, Iron Knight Silver Vase, and will once again star Michelle Yeoh. Unconfirmed at the moment whether any of the other original cast members will be present, although they do appear in the novel, so it is likely, but there will also be a number of new protagonists as well. Fans of martial arts movies and fans of the original movies, rejoice. You've been asking for this for a long time and it looks like finally you've got through to people. Some news on Warner Bros.' long-planned adaptation of 1980s anime Robotech, as it seems they have finally picked up a director. Commercials director Nick Mattiau has been put forward as the man to lead the project. It already has Tobey Maguire on board as a producer. A number of people have taken a pass at writing a script, and no definite script is in place yet. But this is the biggest news we've had in a long time about Robotech, one of the anime franchises I grew up with as a child. Many people have fond memories of, and hopefully this can get into production and into cinemas within the next couple of years, because, hey, we all think it could make a lot of money. Okay guys, as always, thanks for watching. Down there's the like button. You click on that if you like this video. Share this video with all your friends. Make sure you favourite it if you really liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already for all of your latest geek movie news and reviews. Down there in the description box is a link to my Facebook, my Twitter and my Tumblr, so you can follow me and this channel, find out what's going on. Leave a comment or a video response. If you missed last week's Geek Movie News, there's a link there that you can click on, pop out and watch that. If you've missed this week's new show, Geek TV News, there's a link there. You can click on that and watch that also. It's all about what's going on in the world of geeky TV. And until next time, au revoir.